Story time about how I use the hyperbaric oxygen chamber as part of my natural cancer recovery, and I've been over 15 years cancer free now. So back in 2007, when I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, I started researching alternative treatment because the only treatment option they gave me was to remove my thyroid, and then I'd have to be on medication forever, and I didn't want that. So I did the research and I started seeing a lot about plant-based diets, so I switched to that. But I'd also heard about the center in Alabama, Seal, Alabama, called Uchee Pines, that is a lifestyle treatment center. So I went there like 3 weeks later to really learn how to use food as medicine and use natural methods. And so there were so many natural modalities there that were in use, including the hyperbaric oxygen chamber. So that was one of the treatments that they gave me, and some others. There were so many, but one other was like hydrotherapy, where you get in very hot water, about 110 degrees for about 30 minutes, and that is then to induce a temporary fever because that activates your T cells, and the T cells attack the cancer cells. So there's so many natural ways that our body works when we know what to do. So the way that the hyperbaric oxygen chamber works is that it gets more oxygen into your blood. It oxygenates your blood. That's important because cancer cells do not like oxygen. So the more oxygen you have in your blood, the less likely they're going to have a chance to survive. So if you're very sedentary and you're not moving a lot, you're going to have low oxygen in your blood. So the hyperbaric oxygen chamber is one way to really reinforce that and to starve out those cancer cells by flooding your system, by oxygenating the blood. So that's one reason it works. Now, there are a lot of questions about whether the hyperbaric oxygen chamber was illegal to have or illegal in the U.S. It's not illegal. It may have been in the past, but it's not illegal now. And I think the confusion might be about FDA approval. So it is not approved by the FDA for cancer treatment. It's approved by the FDA for wound healing. It heals wounds because when you have like severe wounds, there's a lot of swelling and you can't get oxygen to those tissues and they start to die. That's why the hyperbaric oxygen chamber works for wound healing. It also works for divers and decompression. And now it is FDA approved for those issues, which means that your insurance would likely cover it. But if you're doing it for cancer treatment, then you're going to be out of pocket on it. It's not illegal to do. It's just not probably going to be paid for by your insurance. And so where can you get it done? Of course, you can get it done at Seal, Alabama, at Uchee Pines, but that's kind of a remote place. You can get it done at a lot of medical spas around your town, natural, holistic treatment centers that you can look up. You would be looking up hyperbaric oxygen therapy. That's what you would be looking for. Now it's fairly expensive, so you need anywhere starting from 4 to 6 treatments. And on the low end, it costs like around $100. On the higher end, it's $270, $250 to $300. They usually discount it if you're getting a package deal, but it's still, you're going to be out at least $1,200 to $2,000. So. But it's very helpful if you're fighting cancer. That is something I would do. But there's another method that also oxygenates your blood that I used when I got home because I didn't have access to a hyperbaric oxygen chamber after those 3 weeks. And it's called a chi machine. I'll post it on my bio. It's CHI, Chi Machine. And what that does is you put your feet in it and it rocks your feet back and forward. And the session time is about 20 minutes. And what that does, it also oxygenates the blood very easily. Not as potent as the hyperbaric chamber, but much more than we could just do naturally on our own. So that Chi Machine is very relaxing. I would use that 20 minutes. You have to lay down. So I would use it to meditate, visualize my healing. And so it's very effective. And the cost of that is around from anywhere from like $125 to $300, and that's a one-time cost. So that's another way that you can get more oxygen in your blood to help you fight cancer as well as other illnesses. And then the third way that's free is breathing through your nose, no mouth breathing. So doing deep breathing, like, and then out through the nose multiple times for at least like 5 minutes, doing that deep breathing. Also, if you tend to your mouth falls open while you're sleeping, you might want to use mouth tape so that you're not breathing through your mouth at night, which isn't good for your teeth and other health issues as well. So breathing, deep breathing through the nose only is another way to get oxygen in. And of course, anytime you do exercise, you're oxygenating the blood. The issue with exercise is that you also create free radicals. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't exercise, because the body is going to handle the free radicals, but you don't want to over-exercise just to get more oxygen in the blood. So that's why the Chi machine, breathing, and the hyperbaric chamber are good ways to get that additional dose of exercise. So this is just one of the many things that I did to help myself heal naturally, and now I teach others how to do the same thing, but not only for cancer, but things like diabetes, heart disease, kidney failure, a whole host of things. We have the natural remedies right at our fingertips. We just need to know how to use them and get the help. You can heal, and you can heal naturally, and I'm here to help you every step of the way.